everyone, welcome back to another episode of To The Max Outdoors. This is going to be our part 2 of our summer of 2022 garden series. As you can see here, we're standing in a little flower planter thing here in my driveway. My driveway's below us here. It comes up, turns up to the house, but this little section here, about 3 years ago, I got tired of cutting. My gravel was trying to run out of my driveway and meet the other piece here, so I just used some old telephone poles and some landscaping timbers that I blocked it off and hauled a bunch of mulch in and put me some raised bed gardens in it. As you'll see here, this fence here is just chicken wire, and what I do is I put my cucumbers in here. These cucumbers right here in front of us are the ones that we planted from seed in video 1. That's this cucumbers here. They're just starting to get their runner vines up on them, so probably every day for the next couple weeks right now I'll start training them to grab a hold of this fence, and then what they'll do is they'll run up over this fence, and then it's easy to come in here and gather up the cucumbers as they go. Now the other half of this bed here is also cucumbers too. I just put them in the dirt today. So it is June. Hope that wind doesn't get us. It's a tad bit windy today. It's June 18th today. So we'll have our first round of cucumbers here to make pickles from, and then hopefully within a month or so after that we'll have round number 2 to go through. What we'll do here is depending on how many we get out of this one is how many we'll end up making pickles of out of this one. So that's pretty simple there. And as you see here behind me, these are green beans. I just grow green beans right here at the house just to eat as they grow. None of these will be canned. My grandfather actually down the road has a bigger garden where all of our canning green beans go, so I don't have to fool with them. And then just down there's just some random peppers scattered through there in my other little planters. I did have onion sets down there, but they went off and bolted on me, so I took all them out and ate the majority of them. Stick with me, we'll get down here to our next little place. All right, now in front of us here, all this is a 12-foot long planter box, and this is just mobile. I just run this thing around. As you can see, we're a little bit further down in the driveway. That's the little raised bed things there that I was talking about, where the cucumbers and the beans and just some random pepper plants that didn't fit in the garden went. What this is down here, these are just all zucchini. These are the same zucchinis that we planted from a seed also in episode 1 of this video series. Unfortunately, I've got I think they're like a cucumber beetle maybe. They're the little black and yellow beetles. They got in here and got on me pretty hard, but I've since taken care of them. Hopefully they'll make it. If not, we got enough time to plant more from seed and try that again. But like I was saying, I just move this thing around randomly in the yard from year to year. It never really has a spot. I just pick somewhere, till the dirt up, set it down, add some potting soil in it, or usually manure compost, and just grow it randomly. I got such a bad yard up here, it doesn't hurt just to keep rotating this thing around and adding some better soil to my yellow and gray clay that I have here. So that's pretty much what I do. So we're going to go down and check the big garden out now. All right, now as you can see here, these 3 rows here are what's corn. The corn is not doing very well. I got hammered by a bunch of rabbits and deer. They're eating the tops of them off pretty well. As you can see there, the tallest plant of corn I got is just above my knee. So that corn probably won't fare too well. Of course, I didn't put a whole lot of effort into putting this corn out either, because it's not really a big concern of mine. Now, as you can see here, potato plants, they're doing fairly well. I think a month ago when we put this video, they were as tall as my hand, and now they're up to my elbow. They are starting to thin back a little bit, and I am getting a little bit of a beetle on these. I have been picking them off daily, but unfortunately, I know I'm gonna get some flack for it from somebody, but unfortunately, I'm probably going to 7 dust them here this evening. I just can't keep up with keeping the beetles off of them, and as you can see there, they're starting to hammer on my plants pretty well. All right, again, I apologize for the wind. There's not really much I can do about it. It's probably going to storm later on this evening. We've had 2 miserably hot days in a row, but as you can see here, I'm all staked up. These started out as 8-foot stakes. I got them drove down in the ground, probably 2 foot or so. You can see my tomatoes are somewhere around knee high. Now, in this little section right here where we're at, there is 12 Amish paste tomatoes and there's 12 La Roma tomatoes. We grow a bunch of Romas. That's what we can the majority of, and that's what we grow the lot of. Over on the other side there's just 4 regular beefsteak tomatoes. They're called a West Virginia 63. That's what we eat. We're not big, huge fresh tomatoes eaters, so those 4 plants right there provide us with more than we need. This wind's getting us. All right, here we are. We're in the side of the garden where the peppers are. We have 24 plants of what's called an Inferno pepper, which is a big Hungarian wax pepper. We can a lot of those in sauce, freeze them. This is the pepper that's on the grill a lot or fried up in the pan a good bit. Another Harley rider, sorry. I'd ride it too, but got work to do. But anyways, as I was saying, these are Inferno peppers, and you can see I've got them all caged up here. So they got one cage just crooked. But anyways, like I was saying, there's 24 Inferno peppers, and then down here is 24 sweet. They're sweet peppers, green peppers. They're a Ace 100, a new Ace 100, I'm sorry. That's our like stuffing peppers. What my wife will do is take and blanch a lot of these and then freeze them, or stuff them full of ground turkey, ground pork, whatever, and stick them in the freezer. Then you can just pop them right in the oven and bake them. It's a pretty neat deal. I probably didn't explain it 100% right, but these 12 plants right here will provide us a lot of meals throughout the winter and into the spring. They're not a huge green pepper, so they're maybe the size of a standard apple. So 2 of them for a normal person is a perfect dinner. I really like these peppers here. Again, I apologize for the wind. I know it's coming in through the camera. I'm sorry, but I said I'd get these videos in this garden out in month increments, and here we are back to just a couple days over a month, and here's what it is. I've only had 1 bug so far in my garden, in this plastic part of the garden. I believe it was some type of bagworm. It got that pepper plant. Let me loosen the tripod up here. I'll zoom in. Get you turned around there where you can see it. Said I had 1 bagworm, and he got that little pepper plant right there. I think the pepper plant's recovered, and I got the worm. So all in all, there is the first month of everything being in the ground, minus the cucumbers and the zucchini. There again, I'm gonna keep these short and sweet until we get up to the harvest time. Then we'll go through the picking, blanching, freezing, canning process of it. We'll get a little more in depth on that, because I think there was some good feedback on the previous comments from the first video. So there again, let me know what you guys think about this little video series. I kind of enjoy it. I think it shows a lot of people how easy it is to do. There again, we're on plastic. I don't have to weed much at all, maybe just around down in and around the plants just a little bit, like right there. That's how hard it was to weed it. Throw it down, the sun will bake that grass off and it'll never be a problem. I only have to come in maybe once a month and weed eat around the sides of it. It probably should be done weekly, but with our schedules it doesn't really work. And Max uses a lot of weed eater string when he goes around this garden because he just learned how to weed eat. So there again, like I said, leave me some comments, let me know what you guys think, and thanks for watching.